Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for What If Season 1, Episode 8. What if Ultron won? Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. I think the very beginning of my video there got cut off because I saw the thing spinning there. But anyway, we'll get down to the. Oh, let me take care of some business and we'll get down to this. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithm of all the stuff all the stuff you've been watching, I should say, and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, pops up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, you can go to that bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media up there and all the links to my pages as well. So this YouTube channel page, my Facebook page, and for those of you who saw Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. Yes, this episode was crazy and good. And this is actually what I keep talking about. It's kind of funny out there in the real world. Well, I guess you could say the virtual world still too. There's been a lot of backlash to this series for some reason. There's a lot of people who go, I don't want to see different versions of my heroes. I just want to see regular heroes. But it's like, well, that's kind of boring. And also, they already kind of set this up in Loki that we were going to see different versions of heroes. And I hate to break it to everybody, but in phase 4 of these movies, you're going to see lots of different versions of these heroes because that's what this thing is all about, is breaking the multiverse. Kang is going to be the big bad in most of these things. And yeah, if you're not liking what you're seeing now and What If, you're probably not going to like the next kind of rounds of Marvel movies too at this point. So, oh, there you go. So, honestly, I'm fairly sure it's a small vocal minority, as usually what ends up happening with this. And yeah, everyone else is like, hey, this is kind of cool. So, all right, let's get started. Oh, you know what? Before I do go into the spoilers here, so I did say I do kind of like a spoiler-free kind of version thing here. There really is no primer for this. I mean, other than Avengers Age of Ultron. That is the movie that this is pretty much all based off of, that this kind of spun off of, I should say. But it goes into so many different ideas and tangents that you can actually watch this thing and still play along with everyone else, even if you haven't watched all the Marvel movies. Um, but if you haven't watched all of the what ifs, then you're going to be at a loss for some of these things as well. I would say, at least you should have watched Loki, the series, and you should have watched the rest of the what ifs. So yeah, that's where you're at on all of this. So with that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. Okay. Yes. All right. Giving you enough time. Okay. There we go. All right. So yeah, this was a damn good episode. And it's the first of a two-parter, obviously, is where we're at. And what if Ultron won, essentially? What if Ultron actually got that vision body that he was trying to build and got the mind crystal, set off all the nukes that he was going to set off anyway, and killed everyone. Well, he gets that wish. I did like this version of Clint, Hawkeye, who's lost an arm. He's lost his right arm, but has a robotic arm, a la Winter Soldier now. He and Black Widow fighting against all the Ultron drones and then having to find Armin Zola. And I love the whole quipping back and forth, back there. So, of course, Lake Bell is the one who's voicing Black Widow in this one. It's not, of course, Scarlett Johansson. and Jeremy Renner, of course, is doing Hawkeye. So and Ross Marquand, who of course played Red Skull, in the Infinity War and all that, is voicing Ultron in this one because I guess they couldn't get James Spader to come back. So it was fairly interesting in that one. Um, Penn says, "Damn, you're right on time." Yeah, I was on time tonight. I know. I worked from home today, so that's why it was easy for me to be on time. Mork says, "I'd say the second of a three-parter. You need the Doctor Strange one." Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, Morks. This is the second, and if you really want to get technical, this is the third of a four-parter because the very end of the Party Thor episode introduces us to this Ultron, this version of Ultron, briefly, but it does, and it gives you the idea that this is spanning all the different multiverses at this point. And we also get the Watcher involved in all of this as well because this Ultron actually sees uh the Watcher and he hears him and says, Who said that?" And he looks back. It's the same thing that Doctor Strange Supreme, and that's actually what his name is Doctor Strange Supreme. It's not a burrito supreme or anything like that. It's Doctor Strange Supreme. Heard him as well, heard the Watcher, but it was too late for him because he had already collapsed his universe. Whereas Ultron, I loved how he defeated Thanos, by the way. He just went just cut him in half and then was like, "What is this?" And picked up the Infinity Gauntlet stones and put them on himself, and boom, everything was changed at that point. And yes, I agree with you, Morks. The Watcher did go full on Yoda with that fight. He changes into his armor, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's what I want to see from from Uatu." Uatu needs to just kick some fucking ass at that point, and unfortunately, he let up, which allowed Ultron to evolve a little bit more and start becoming more godlike. Um, and when Ultron realizes that he's got the multiverse at his fingertips, and all these different universes are in chaos, and that he needs to bring order to all these universes. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go and bring his own brand of order. And Uatu retreats into Doctor Strange Supreme's prison, if you will. And Doctor Strange makes him say, he goes, you need to ask. You need to ask me." And he says, "Yes, I need your help." And at first, he thought Clint and Natasha were going to be able to do it by summoning Armanzola and getting Armanzola to infect Ultron, but the hive mind had already left the universe at that point. So yeah, they missed their window of opportunity, but I'm fairly sure they're going to be back. I was looking at there's a trailer that is on IMDb when if you go into the what if section there, and it's the first trailer that they released about all the different universes and stuff like that. And the very beginning of it shows Black Widow, Gamora, who else? Captain Carter, and I'm fairly sure that's from next week's episode. So we kind of have a crossover of all these different universes that we've seen so far having to get together in order to defeat Ultron. Uh, the Supreme Commander actually is what he's called now, or the Supreme Ultron, or Supreme Leader, I think is what it is. Supreme Leader. There actually is a name for it. There is a Funko Pop that was released briefly, like the image of it right before this was released today, and then they pulled it again because it was pretty funny. And yes, Marks, I did love that. "You can't compute my will," is what the Watcher says, and just starts kicking ass. And if you blinked and you missed it, there is even a little world that they went into where Steve Rogers was being sworn in as president of the United States. That was a line. That was actually a storyline that I guess the showrunner wanted to do, and actually got shut down twice for it. They wanted to do like a West Wing kind of thing where Cap becomes president, and then it's just all talking heads kind of stuff. And I'm glad they shut that one down because, quite honestly, I'm not a fan of the West Wing. Yeah, it's just it would have been boring in animated form and just a waste of time in animated form. Yes, I'm just gonna say that right now. Raymond says, "I'm used to dealing with genocidal egomaniacs." Yes. I remember that from Armin Zola too, yeah. Uh, so, yeah, it's Mork says Ultron wasted time. Instead of traveling, he should have snapped his fingers. Could Kang defeat Ultron given that the Infinity Gems don't work? So that was the other thing too, Marks, that I was thinking is that we saw in the TVA the Infinity Stones just don't work. You know, they don't work outside of the universe that they're in, that they were created in. And I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, if it doesn't exist in the universe that they were created in, which is what we were told in Loki, why are they working in that interstitial space that the Watcher is in? And then also, why do they work in all the different realities that Ultron has been jumping into? Because if it's only supposed to work in the reality in which it was in the universes which it was created in, then it shouldn't work in the other multiverses either. So I don't know if they ruined their own canon there or what happened, but yeah. So who knows what's going on there? But it was a good episode. Damn good episode. I can't wait for next week. That's the season finale, by the way, is next week. And we'll find out what happens if they get out of this or not. And of course, we have a second season to look forward to, another 9 episodes next season as well. I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably around this time next year, I'm guessing. I know they've already started working on it because the animation, you have to work on it like a year in advance in order to get this shit working. Running. So the animators are hard at work overseas right now doing their work. Um, I did like that Clint sacrificed himself. He was just basically, saying, I'm tired. He goes, I can't do this anymore. And he knew that they were going to die if he didn't sacrifice himself anyway. So he does it and just takes out all those drones. So Natasha could take, Armin Zola out there and do what he does. So we still have Natasha and Armin out there, uh, the Armin Ultron, if you will. And yeah, we're gonna see a whole amalgam of different heroes from different universes in all of this. That's gonna be interesting. And I'm wondering if the collector's brother, now I'm blanking on his name, that Jeff Goldblum played. We did see his world, destroyed, but I don't know. We didn't see him destroyed. We saw him standing there watching it, but I don't know if he disappeared or if he could be killed even, because he's supposed to be one of those gods as well, kind of thing. I don't think an explosion would take him out. And the Captain Marvel fight was actually pretty fucking good too, where she just takes him to the center of that planet's core and she's just hammering on him. And she's just like, yeah, I'm going to fucking take you out. And Ultron's like, yeah, I don't think so. And then just kind of hoses her right then and there and blows up the planet in the process and several other planets as well. So yeah, and I agree with you, Marks. I don't know why, Ultron just doesn't snap his fingers and be done with a lot of stuff because that's what he could do as well. But yeah. Anyway, that was a good episode. Can't wait till next week. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be fun. And Mr. Roboto, yes, I am ignoring your messages because they're just silly. That's really what it is. So what's going on for the rest of this week? Tomorrow is going to be Doom Patrol. I'm probably going to be a little late with Doom Patrol, so I got to go get my back straightened out a little bit. A little bit of damage, over the weekend. So it happens. And but yeah, I'm going to be doing Doom Patrol tomorrow. Friday, I'm going to be off. Saturday is going to be Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the weekend and genre stuff you guys want to talk about. And we talk about it. Spoiler alert is going to be on Sunday. That is where we get to talk about anything that's out there in the public, not anything that's sneak preview, but out in the public or any other shit you guys want to talk about, and we'll talk about it. So yeah, you know how it goes. Monday will be Why the Last Man. Tuesday, I'm gonna be off. And then Wednesday, we have the season finale of What If. That's right, the season finale of What If. We'll see what happens there. Raven says Hawkeye's action scenes in the beginning were bad. Yeah, exactly. When he was taking multiple arrows and just hitting targets, and you see the arrows just arc and just hitting their targets as they're flying. I mean, that was pretty badass, especially when they turn and look for him and they see him and he just has the cloak of invisibility that he puts on himself and he turns away and goes, "Yep, done." Penn, you finally saw Why the Last Man. What'd you think? Yeah, Hawkeye's actions there were actually pretty cool, but I did love the cloak of invisibility. And Natasha still having the her dry wit that she has going on, you know. And also that she had got the red guardian shield. I did love that she got guardian shield. That was pretty fucking funny. She was able to use that. CBM, how's it going? I assume there was going to be a Gamora episode. Well, she's going to be in it. Yes, she most likely is going to be getting revenge off of Ultron killing Thanos in this episode. Penn says I have one more episode to watch tonight. Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty much all caught up on all the stuff I've been watching. So yeah. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody joining me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next week, that bell down below, it's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media up there and all the links to my pages up there as well. All right. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Doom Patrol. I'm looking forward to Doom Patrol as well because Doom Patrol is fucking awesome too. Thanks, everyone. Until tomorrow, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, Ultron may invade your multiverse because that's what he's fucking doing. He's kind of frightening, quite honestly. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, and stay safe out there, everyone. Thanks. Have a good night.